What's going on YouTube? Did you or somebody you know just get a 5-string bass and you have no clue what you're doing or how to switch from the 4-string to 5-string bass? Are you tired of being mocked by girls by not having a B string? Are you tired of your piano player playing the real bass? Well, if you answered yes to any of these questions, then you've come to the right video because we are going to talk about how you can go from playing 4-string bass to the 5-string bass with just 3 easy tips. These tips are going to make it easier for you to make that jump. We all know it's tricky to go from playing the 4-string to the 5-string bass. Before we move on, I'd like to just talk about my personal experience. I started on a 6-string bass before I ever played a 5-string. I actually started on a 6-string bass and then I went to a 4-string because I wanted to make it easier. And then from playing the 4-string bass, I realized that I needed that B string to be a true pro. So I ended on the 5-string bass, and that's pretty much how it worked out for me. I don't play much 6-string bass anymore. I'm always on a 5-string, sometimes a 4-string. Regardless of the reason why you decided you needed a B string, you found this video, and I've got 3 tips that's gonna make it easier for you to go from playing the 4-string bass to playing the 5-string bass. All right, here I am. I got my 5-string F bass. This is my main bass that I play all the time, and we're gonna go over tip number 1 for how you can start playing a 5-string coming from the 4-string. Tip number 1 is to use that new string, the B string, as an anchor for your thumb. So before you even start playing the B string, we gotta get used to playing the bass with having the B string. So what I'm gonna recommend is putting your finger, your thumb, right there on that B string. You can see I've got it resting right in front of the front pickup. That's where I like to let mine rest. And what that's going to do is you're going to get used to having your thumb on that 5th string. So you're going to be playing the normal bass. You can play whatever you're used to playing. Maybe it's a little walking blues in G. Whatever it is, put your thumb on that B string. And what it's going to do is a couple things. First of all, it's going to remind you that there's your 5th string and that you haven't been working with that for a while. So maybe you should steer clear of that for a little bit. Just focus on getting used to the feel. Focus on what it feels like to have a 5-string bass. Play that walking blues in G with your thumb on the B string. Okay. This is really going to be a helpful tip because what this is going to do is it's going to lead to you using a technique called the floating thumb. A lot of bass players, when they start off, getting used to where you're going to put your thumb is kind of a cumbersome thing. And a lot of times you'll end up putting your thumb on your pickup, or even if you do put it on your string, or sometimes you won't put it on anything at all. But you want to have your thumb in there because you want to be using that thumb for muting. With 5-string basses, with adding that B string, you've got a whole new issue now. You've got another string to mute. And when it comes to playing the bass, string muting is the most important. So make sure your thumb is on that B string and it's muting. Get used to playing that. If you guys are getting any value from my content, please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to be making videos like this every week. All right, tip number 2. Forget about the B string. Just don't even worry about playing it. Seriously, I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but you already got your thumb on the B string muting it. Now don't even focus, for go 2-3 weeks, maybe a couple of months, couple of gigs, don't even play the B string. Just show up with the 5-string bass. And you know what's interesting is you're still playing a 5-string bass. Check this out. I didn't play the B string at all there. However, I'm playing the 5-string bass, and people are going to notice that. That's what's important. When I first started playing the bass and I was playing on the 6th string all the time, I never used the B string and I never used that top C string. I just played the 4 strings in the middle, but I still got a lot of compliments. Oh my God, you're a 6-string bass player? How difficult? How hard? Why did you pick to play 6-string? Well, that's all that I had was a 6-string bass. You don't actually have to use that B string to be playing the 5-string bass. Just go ahead and slap it on there. So now you're getting better at playing the bass with the 5 strings. You've got your thumb on the B string. Maybe you've played some hours, you haven't even touched the B string, and you're dying to get after the B string. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to use the B string in significant moments. So, for instance, I could be playing a church gig, and out of the 5 songs that we are playing for that service, there may be one song that is probably in the key of C, and towards the end of it, when the drummer is just crashing out, we're here, I'm gonna hit that B string, that C right there, and the whole worship team is gonna freak out. They're all looking at me like, yeah, whoa, he's playing the 5-string bass. That's right. And I only played one note on the 5-string that whole gig, but it adds cred. So use it in significant moments. Use it in moments that add impact, such as the ending of a song, when you really want to rumble them in their seats for a second. An example from Kashmir from Led Zeppelin. So the bass line for that is, it gets that octave all the way down. Check that out. A lot of people don't catch that, but we got... Okay? So use it in significant moments because it adds impact. Don't use it because you have it. Use it when you need it. You're still a musician. You got to make a musical decision about when you're going to decide to use that B string. Don't overuse it. So just a recap, use that B string as an anchor. Put your thumb on there. It's going to mute it. Don't overuse it, okay? So just, you're still playing the 5-string even if you don't play the B string. So don't overthink it. Okay, use it in impactful moments, excite the band member. Use the B string as an anchor. Forget about the B string. Use it in significant moments. Whether you're new or advanced at the bass, if you want to get better at the bass, check out this series right here, learning how to unlock your fretboard.